Today, the Australian Defence Force operates in a continually changing security environment across multiple locations around the world, and with the constant unforeseen threat of national disasters. The need to respond immediately and effectively is stronger than ever. If logistics is to support the Australian Defence Force's increasing responsiveness and capabilities, it needs to undergo a radical shift.
The system that we have at present for most of our infantry in many respects dates back to the 1940s and 1950s. It's slow, it's cumbersome, it's resource intensive, and it's not necessarily as accurate as we want it to be. And indeed, it's not as accurate as we need to be in this day and age where, quite correctly, we need to be accountable to government and to the taxpayer.
Very labour-intensive system, the old system, where every item has to be counted manually. By doing that, the possibility of human error, of course, enters into the space.
The creation of the Improved Stock Management Project, or ISMP, was the answer to this problem.
The benefits of the ISMP to the unit are centred on two aspects. Firstly, we have efficiencies with our stock-taking regime. Essentially, the number of inventory items within the ISMP space would normally take us 4 months to stock take. However, with this new technology and processes and SOPs, we can achieve that in basically a day.
The Improved Stock Management Project not only reduces the elements of human error, time and resources in accurately managing stock, it will also help increase the ADF's ability to access stock and provide efficient and timely support, as is the case with cached stores. It is currently being used in Australian support-based areas in situations such as providing support to natural disasters. Defence logistics needs to be able to respond, sometimes within a matter of hours, by providing essential stock to support the activity. ISM has the potential to be used in Australian national support on deployed operations. Operations like this require the urgent tracking, retrieval and delivery of cache stock, being anything from riot gear to parts of machinery. Under the current logistics system, this project can be like finding a needle in a haystack.
ISMP benefits us by reducing the amount of time taken to stock take, reducing the workload of the guys on the floor, and it's also providing 100% inventory accuracy, which is quite important.
By harnessing the latest warehousing developments, the ISM solution uses automated identification technology, uniquely labelling and nesting information within a layered and sealed location to improve stock-taking performance in the management of consolidated, slow-moving stock. How does this work? The first step is an improved warehouse project that consolidates stock items into logical groups, labels each item with a unique identification number, packages these groups into layers, seals the pallets with a label, nests the information within a database.
Basically, it's a system of association. So how we've set up the pallets in the warehouse is that we have layered stock within a particular location, and in doing that, we've created a database where all that stock in that location is associated to the next piece of stock in that location. So you have, working from the outside, there are layers, just like an onion, where you work your way in, and there is that association is then recorded back into the ISM database.
The second step is to incorporate this project with a leading-edge technology, such as radio frequency identification, or RFID. Under our new system, the unique label on each item contains an RFID device that can be read by devices that pick up the information embedded in the label. Let's take this box of screws. It has been allocated its own unique ID number, which has been entered into the database system and is in the passive RFID label. The box of screws is packed into a larger box containing similar items such as a box of nuts and other small parts, which each have their own unique identification numbers. Each of these boxes is then packed into a pallet that is sealed with a passive RFID label. The unique identification number on the passive RFID label can be read by a reader, which can be either handheld or be located at the entry point to a warehouse racking row. And if the container is moved, either for delivery or temporarily relocated, the RFID reader will tell the database where it has been moved to in real time. So now, if someone needs to urgently find an item from slow-moving stock, such as this box of screws, the database will tell them the warehouse it is in, the pallet it has been packed in, where that is located in the warehouse, and where the box of screws is located within the pallet. When the box of screws has been removed and the container repacked, the database will be updated minus the box of screws.
Here we have a pallet that has hundreds of items, which are all layered inside, down to multiple levels. The beauty of the ISM project is that we can walk up, scan a label, the PDAT then transmits wirelessly back to our database, where we can go back and actually see everything that's inside that database at a glance. Once we open it up, we don't have to rummage through everything to find an item. We actually just go through an individual box, which is a layer. When we've pulled an item out, it means that we don't have to check everything else in there because those layers are still intact.
By using an RFID reader, staff can easily take inventory of stock, including stock that has been returned from an operation or exercise where seals are still intact. In the past, they would have had to unpack everything and repack it again to check the contents. Now, they simply point the RFID reader and the quantity and type of the enclosed items can be confirmed. Under this system, the amount of time used to retrieve, track and monitor stock has been saved by more than 90%. Not to mention the savings in costs from labour, human error and time spent handling product.
Behind me we have an ISM location, double pallet rack. There's potentially thousands of items in the location. The benefit of ISM to us is that I can walk up, scan the seal. Once we go back and upload the data, everything in that location has just been stock-taked without the need for pulling it out and counting it.
This is groundbreaking. It's frontier land territory, I guess, essentially. This has never been done before in defence. It is a significant change to the way defence inventory is managed.
It is, Peter, yeah. The process has been brilliant. Joint Logistics Command in the past has had some issues with the Australian National Audit Office where we have not been able to assure them and others that we have the stock that we say we have in our inventory management system. ISM now ensures the fact that we can say to anyone stock taking or checking our stock, we know what we've got and where it is any particular time.
It is cutting edge in some respects, but in other respects it's just applying common sense to what we do. It's leveraging off technology that is considered to be best business practice. What is unique with ISM for us is the way in which it leverages off the use of both active and passive RFID technology. And that's the really exciting part, and that's the bit that we know has application much, much wider than the slow-moving stock demographic that we're currently targeting to get the processes and procedures down pat before we roll it out in a more comprehensive fashion throughout our inventory and across the supply chain.
The potential for ISMP to facilitate precise, efficient control over defence logistical operations is huge.
From my perspective, what ISM will give defence and defence logisticians going forward is visibility and a degree of accuracy that we've never had before. With visibility comes agility in the supply chain. So the ability of a logistician to respond quickly or indeed anticipate the requirements quickly of the needs of our soldiers and sailors and airmen on the ground, on operations right now, is quite frankly logistics nirvana.
Following the successful implementation of the first inload of slow-moving stock at Joint Logistics Unit West, the Improved Stock Management Project is now simply known as Improved Stock Management, or ISM.